Okay, Goldar, I don't know how you got in here, but you're finished. Take this. We'll see about that. Wait, I'll kill you. No, you won't. Oh, no. God. Oh, fuck. What the hell was that? He hit me when I was posing, looking all cool. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. Motherfucker. Oh, God. Oh, I think he's right. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this on my own. I need some backup. Oh, God. Zordon. Oh, Zordon. I need you to send for the hell the Rangers, please. Zordon. Oh, God. Zordon, what the hell? Are you even listening to me? You just smiling? He's just smiling. What the fuck? He's just smiling. Oh, God, fucking damn it. Hurry up, Zordon. Just send for the other Rangers. Look, Zordon, Goldar is about to make me his bitch. Just please, call the other Rangers. For fuck's sake, right, that's it. Take my fucking helmet off. I'm fucking doing my fucking self.
What the hell's going on? Are you even listening to me? You're just smiling. Seriously, Zordon. I'm outnumbered here. I need help. Please, Zordon. Call the others. I don't have much time left. Please. What did I ever do? What did I ever do to you, Zordon? This is like the Tommy thing all over again, isn't it? All that shit I do, all that work I've done, and you just pass me over as leader, right in front of all the others. You give him the fancy shields, the super zords. What do I get? I just get shunted out. I have to go to a poxy peace conference. What the hell is this? This is crap. This is absolute crap, Zordon. You just gotta ignore me. You're still ignoring me. Well, you know what, Zordon? Fuck you. I'll do it myself. Back to action.
Goldar, you're fucked now. Eat blaster, motherfucker! Shit. What the fuck? Fuck. Zordon. Zordon. Fuck you.
Super Beanie-Man Gaming. All kinds of games he's playing. Push start to begin. Super Beanie-Man Gaming.
Power Rangers. Now, as a child of the 90s, it's safe to say I was obsessed with this show when I was little. I remember watching every episode as it came out, and I would even record them onto a VHS tape and make my own little covers for them. It was brilliant. I even made a Red Ranger costume out of my old school uniform when I was little, so that I could constantly run around the house play fighting as a Power Ranger. I had all the toys going. My God, I had the toys from the little flip head Power Rangers that would switch their head to the helmet, to the monsters and weapons you could get, like the power sword and the morpher. I even had the command center playset, which was this awesome thing, so cool. It's safe to say I pretty much lived and breathed Power Rangers for a good couple of years of my childhood. So naturally, along with the toys, figures and t-shirts and lunchboxes, I also had the games. Well, the ones for the Mega Drive at least. The first was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which was a more traditional one-on-one beat-em-up. Now, I liked it, but I always wished for a Streets of Rage style game, and that wish came true when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, the game, came out. Even though I completed that on my birthday, which was the day I got it, the game was still awesome and loads of fun to play, especially with 2 players. Fast forward over 20 years later, and it's kind of weird to think this generation of consoles has now had 2 new Power Ranger games. The first was Mega Battle, which was a side-scrolling beat-em-up a la Streets of Rage, released shortly before the new movie, and based on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series. And now, in 2019, we get Battle for the Grid, which is a straight-up beat-em-up. It's almost as if the Power Ranger games have come full circle now or something. Okay, let's fire it up and see what this is like. Alright, there's that familiar Power Rangers theme starting. What? What happened? Where did it go? The Power Rangers theme is so iconic. What the hell is this? It's just about to kick in, and then it just weirdly mumbles and then turns into a different song. That's the stupid movie soundtrack for you. Well, let's just hope the game's actually better. I can already see the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the Mega Force Power Rangers from the title screen, so this looks like it's going to be a celebration of all of the series history and not just Mighty Morphin Power Rangers like Mega Battle, and that I can get behind. So let's go. Oh man, just imagine all the possible matchups we could have with this game. You know, like the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger versus the Samurai Red Ranger, or how about Lord Zed versus King Mondo? Or what about a ninja mashup with the Ninjetti Rangers from Mighty Morphin versus the Ninja Storm Rangers? Ah man, the possibilities are endless here. Dude, this game is going to be epic, I can just tell. I can't wait to see what Power Rangers are in this. What? This is it? This is all the characters? Nine characters. 9 characters? Are you fucking kidding me? That's not even enough for 2 full sets of Power Ranger teams? Come on, this is fucking bullshit. Power Rangers have been around for over 25 years. That's near enough 25 seasons of Power Rangers with like an average of 5 Power Rangers in each season. Fucking hell. Plus you got the villains as well. And this game decides to give us what? Fucking 9 characters. What the fuck is this shit? Nah. Surely not. Surely not. You must unlock. This must just be the starting ones. You must unlock more characters in arcade mode, right? Right?
Wrong! Try again, dumbass!
The game shipped with just 9 characters. Yep, you heard that right. A grand total of 9 characters. I've played through the arcade mode with all 9 characters and I didn't unlock a single extra fighter. This is a pathetic amount for a long-running series like Power Rangers, and is a big fuck you to all the fans out there. I thought you would unlock alternate costumes, characters or something for completing arcade, but you don't. So how exactly do I get that Kimberly Pink Ranger skin then? because I can't buy it on the store, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't a pre-order bonus. Fucking bullshit. You know, the lack of fighters in this game makes it less go-go Power Rangers and more no-no Power Rangers. Get it? No Power Rangers, because there's barely any Power Rangers.
That joke was awful, Alpha. Quickly, destroy the command center.
Okay, well, let's see who we do have at least. Hopefully, it'll be a cream of the crop style roster with only the best Power Rangers has to offer on show. So, of the 9 characters, we have 6 from Mighty Morphin, 1 from Lost Galaxy, 1 from SPD, and 1 from Megaforce. And for a quick rundown of all of them, there is the Green Ranger, Tommy, from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, who is a close quarters fighter with his dagger, kind of a all-rounder really. There's then the Red Ranger, Jason, also from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, who is another all-rounder character who's fast, but not overly strong. And he does have some good quick sword attacks that make him one of my favourites to use. Next up is the Yellow Ranger Gia from Megaforce. She uses her gun and chain sword thing to attack, giving you some great high-low combos as you use a combination of the gun and the sword. She's good for ranged attacks and another one of my faves who always makes my team-ups. Next up is the Ranger Slayer / Pink Ranger Kimberly from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and she, I have to say, is probably my least favourite, as I just find her quite awkward to use. The bows and tripline style attacks don't really suit my combo heavy playstyle. I like to kind of get in there and mix it up, and I don't really feel like I can with this character. Next up is Cat Manx from SPD. She's probably the fastest character in the game, and as a result she can punch and kick crazily quick. She's good to run in, attack, and then jump back out before danger arrives. I would say she's a great support character for your team. The next character on the roster is Magna Defender, who's from Lost Galaxy apparently. He's a stronger but slower character with some great sword moves, allowing you to do some big damage, and he's also a great counter character to Goldar. Next up is Lord Draken, Tommy from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but he's mainly from the comic books. He's the boss of the game, and he's a mixture of Tommy's moves and Jason's moves, with some teleporting fun to annoy you. Next up is Goldar from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, one of the bad guy characters in the game. He is a strong but heavy character who is quite slow as a result. But he, for me, is the number one heavy in the team, and he has some great combos. He offers up a nice balance of power compared to my faster rangers that I use. The final character in the game is the Mastodon Sentry, which is kind of the evil Black Ranger from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comics, and part of Lord Dracon's empire. He is another projectile character, kind of like the Pink Slayer, but instead of the bow, he has his power axe, which is kind of like a shotgun machine gun type thing. I didn't really use him much, because again, like the Pink Ranger, they didn't really suit my playstyle. So of the 9 characters, Tommy from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers technically appears twice. Once as the Green Ranger, and then again as Lord Draken. So that leaves just 7 slots for different characters. Now, for me, the fact that it's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Heavy is a good thing, as that was my series growing up. But for fans of later seasons, they may be disappointed to not see anyone representing their season. Anyway, let's just go with Jason, the Red Ranger. It's not started. Huh? I have to pick 3 fighters? What? It's a 3-on-3 beat-em-up. A 3-on-3 beat-em-up in a game that only has 9 characters. So for each fight, I'm using a third of the entire roster? My god, what were they thinking? 9 characters wouldn't be as shit if it was a 1-on-1 beat-em-up. But having only 9 characters in a 3-on-3 beat-em-up game is just inexcusable. What the fuck are they fucking thinking? I'd have rather it been like the Mega Drive beat-em-up, which had all 6 Rangers represented, but it just reskinned them. So they all had the same base moves with just some slightly different specials to suit their own unique weapon. At least that way we could have had more characters and more seasons represented in this game. What were they thinking? While the Rangers are pretty underrepresented, it's the villains who get the fucked over the most though, as you only really get Goldar being the only actual villain from the show. The others are just comic book villains, and even then they are Rangers. Where is Lord Zed, Rita, King Mondo, Divatox, and all the other villains that came after those? The whole thing just feels like a missed opportunity, and I can't help but think they're going to release a shitload of DLC and charge shitloads of money for extra characters, villains, rangers, you name it. They're going to fucking make you buy it. Now, at the time of this review, they are yet to release 3 additional fighters for free. And those include Trini in some battle armor. But they are clearly held back from the original release, because you even see Trini on the credits scene. She's in a little drawing and you can see her in this battle armor that they're releasing now. But even with those extra 3 characters to take it up to 12, this is still a really thin, light roster. In terms of modes available, the game is also lacking here, as you only get an arcade, versus, online and training mode. And the arcade itself is very minimal, which seems to be a common reoccurrence with this game. The story, if you can call it that, of arcade mode, is told sparingly through in-game text, which is really bad. All the characters' endings amount to nothing more than a simple sentence of text in an RPG style conversation. There's no flashy CGI cutscenes, no voiceovers. It's all done on a budget, and it shows. Also, if you haven't read the comics, you wouldn't really know who Lord Draken was and what this game's story is trying to be about. The arcade mode challenges you to complete 7 stages plus a final fight against Lord Draken, and there is no difficulty option either, so you're just stuck with the game's default difficulty, which isn't that challenging to be honest, and you'll quickly grow tired of repeating the arcade mode another 8 times to unlock everyone's ending. It really isn't worth your time, because like I said, you don't get anything for it. What's more annoying with repeated playthroughs of arcade and fights in general is that you can't even skip the intro animations. You're forced to watch your teams and the opponents every time you fight. Oh, come on. Just let me skip it. I've seen it enough times already. Goldar jumps down and the other 2 appear behind him. Yeah, come on. I must say though, once you actually get to the fighting part of the game, it does start to shine. It's a 3-on-3 brawler, similar to the Marvel vs Capcom series. You can tag characters out at any time once the meter's recharged, and you can also call in your teammates to perform assist moves to potentially double or triple your damage output, albeit temporarily. Each fighter has a strong special attack, which is usually their weapons, and you can jump, kick, punch, counter and throw like in most fighting games. The combat feels fast and responsive, and it's fun to unleash these flashy quick combos to build up your special meter and then finish the combo with an even bigger special to do even more damage to your opponent. Each team can also call in Zord, which will attack the stage and cause damage to your opponent. These are picked on the character select screen, and you can choose between Megazord, Dragon Zord, and a giant version of Goldar. It's a shame there's only 3, and that all of them are from Mighty Morphin. But I do love the Dragon Zord, as he shoves his drill tail into the stage. When used, these are only on a timer lasting for maybe about 10-15 seconds or so, and the opponent can block them, but it gives a struggling player a chance to come back in a fight, as you can still attack yourself while your Zord is fighting. I must say, the fighting is actually surprisingly enjoyable. I can see they tried here to make each fighter unique, and for the most part it works. I will say though, that it is a little unbalanced at times. Goldar, for example, can beat anyone by spamming one of his combos. You can just pin people into a corner with it over and over until all their health is gone. Manx is also super fast, so she can be a pain to fight against, while Lord Draken has a lot of teleporting attacks, which can make him frustrating to fight against at times, though none of them are anywhere near the level of bullshit like Tekken's final bosses. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Jippin' Itchy, you absolute fucking cunt. Battle for the Grid is bright, fast, flashy and fun, and for me the fighting almost captures the spirit of Power Rangers. I just wish they'd pose a bit more after fighting and winning, and there really should be some more coloured explosions going off behind them as they get knocked down. Even though Arcade Mode only has 7 stages, the game once again feels really cheap and bare bones, as the game actually only has 5 unique stages for you to fight on. So when you are playing arcade, and not only the fighters but the stages keep repeating during your first playthrough, it does kind of cheapen the experience. I mean, what the fuck, they could have at least had 7 unique stages for the 7 stages of arcade. I mean, that's just common sense, right? So, stage-wise, first up, we have Zordon's training room. Now, Zordon's training room sounds like it could be a pretty interesting stage, but when you load it up for the first time, you'll realise that it's just a plain fucking grey box with some blue neon lighting in it. This, for me, isn't even a stage. You can't just make a grey box and call it a fucking training room. That's just bullshit. What the fuck is this bullshit? This is just some downright lazy design here. This is not a stage. So yeah, there's really only 4 unique stages in this game. What is this doing to me? As a fan of Power Rangers, this game is quite hard to like at times. Well, let's just hope the last 4 stages are actually good. Please be good. The next stage is Hardwood County, which is the home of the Megaforce Rangers. Now, this ruined city is quite a nice looking stage to be fair, so I can't really complain too much. And there are also some nice references within the background, which is pretty cool. Then we have Mystic Forest, which I'm guessing is from Mystic Force. It's a nice outdoor level, but I can't help but thinking Angel Grove Park would have been better suited for this game, as there are no Mystic Rangers in the game. Plus, that park has seen some serious shit. Some serious shit. Lord Dracon's throne room is one of the coolest stages in the game. It's the moon base from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but this evil version of Tommy has now taken over. It's really cool seeing Lord Zed's throne smashed, and all those little cabinets dotted around the stage with the Power Rangers weapons in them. It kind of makes me want to read the comics, so yeah, this is a pretty cool stage. The final stage is the Power Rangers Command Center. Yes, this is more like it. The stage itself is pretty cool looking, and it's really nice to see Zordon in the background. I think they've done quite a good job with his face, to be honest. Though, I do wish you could see Alpha 5 running past every now and then, going ay 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 ay. But, on the whole, this is a pretty cool and strong stage. It's very iconic. So yeah, that's Arcade. It really does feel like a demo or a starter while we await the main course of the game. But yeah, as bare bones as it is, that is the meat of the story. Yeah. So that's Arcade, but what about the other game modes that it has to offer? Are they any better? Are they more in-depth? The answer is, unfortunately, no. Well, you have a simple training mode where you can learn all the combos, and a versus mode for 2 players. Or you can go at it with the CPU if you don't have any friends around. You can rematch at the end of a fight in this mode, or you can change teams, saving you having to go right back out and start again. However, if you're playing against the computer, you can't actually alter the difficulty in this mode, so you're stuck again at their basic level of AI, which is a real shame as it's just too easy. A small glitch I found when selecting versus is that it will automatically pick the Green Ranger for player 1 every time you go in. What the fuck is this? I didn't pick Tommy. Why is that just fucking put Tommy on my roster? Fucking hell. I know he's the face of the Power Rangers, but Jesus Christ game, you don't need to force him down my throat. So the final modes the game has to offer is the online multiplayer modes, which they've separated on the main menu into 2 separate options, ranked and casual. Now, usually most games just have it as multiplayer and then you go in and you can pick. But I reckon they did this to fill up the menu screen and make it look like there's more to the game than there actually is. The main problem here is that you will struggle to find games as the player base is quite low. I tried multiple times over the few weeks I've had this game from launch, and I think I found only 1 casual match. Now, to be fair, ranking did fare better, but I did find that I ended up being matched with the same 2 or 3 players each time, as there are so few people playing it online, which is a shame, as it is a fun fighter. The game has a ranked mode, and here you can just level up rangers as you play as them. You can also unlock banners for your profile, but other than that there is little customization. The ranks work quite well as you gain coins for wins and lose a coin per loss, and you also go up in different leagues. Gold, silver, platinum, diamond, master, you get the idea. But once you go up a level, I don't think you can go down too far. I think you will always stay within that league, which is pretty cool and nice of them. Despite that though, you do unfortunately still run into the usual rage quitters and disconnection problems when playing online. Bafflingly, you will still lose coins on ranked if this happens, as it counts as a loss regardless of whether you quit out or the player you were fighting against did, which, as you can imagine, is quite annoying. Yeah, fucking got you now, you motherfucker. Yeah, that's it. Fucking, what the fucking fuck? So yeah, that's pretty much Battle for the Grid in a nutshell. If you can get past the lack of content, the low budget look and feel, there is genuinely a really fun and enjoyable fighting game here. It's a shame they weren't given more time and a bigger budget to add more modes, characters and stages to fight on. I'd have loved to have heard music from the series on each stage too, and possibly voiceovers from the actors. I think that would have been a nice touch. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, they weren't, and the game really suffers as a result. Despite all that, of its low budget feel and lack of content, I would still recommend this game, especially to Power Rangers fans, even if your series isn't represented here in the form of a fighter, a villain, or a Zord. I still think there is some enjoyment to have because, to be fair, it is a really fun fighting game, which I'm quite shocked about. I think if they could just continue to support it via free updates with new characters, stages, villains, Zords, maybe even music packs and other content, then I think they could grow this into something quite special. I mean, it's never going to be at the same level as something like Tekken, but I still think there is a gap in the market for a fighter like this. What? Oh, it's from Tommy.
Jensen, this is Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and I need your help. It's morphin' time.
Oh man, I gotta go. It's morphin' time.
Dinosaur! Mighty Morphin Power Ranger!
A small glitch I found when selecting versus. Oh, you know what, Zora? Fuck you. I don't even need your help. I don't need the others. I'll do this myself. Because red is forever, baby. Back to action.